Hello everyone, welcome back to another art time lapse. Today I am doing art time lapse of the octopus girl. Feel like I have done something similar before where I kind of merge like animals with these like illustrated girls before. So it's not brand new for me, but I just felt like doing it today. I'm changing it up and painting in multiple locations, so thank you for following along in this video. Starting off, you can see I am painting on my kitchen counter. My younger one is no longer napping, so I'm just trying to find time in between here and there, and like I find that I have to be more flexible as an artist, being a mother, and like trying to figure out like I want to be present for my kids, but I also don't want to be overbearing and like always behind their back while they're playing. So I'm just trying to paint in the same room as my child as he's doing his artwork and I'm doing my artwork. So I moved my entire setup over to the kitchen. Please excuse like the lighting and the angle, but like I think it was really interesting because like I got to paint alongside my child and he got to see what I'm doing. Of course, like there's multiple interruptions like throughout this painting process. It's like, what are you doing? What color? I think you should use more of this color. And like, while I value that feedback from my child, it also does take away from like getting into the zone, if you know what I mean, if someone's always checking in with you. However, I'm still grateful to have the time to do artwork such as this in a given day on a weekend. Okay, so here I'm using acrylic wash. You can see it's quite moist. The paper is quite moist. You can see the colors are like blending and like blurring out very nicely. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes it's nice to play with like really wet textures and paint because you know the gradients will come out so nicely at the end of this. And sometimes if you want more defined and like very much more definition in your artwork, you'll need to wait for it to dry before adding those details. And that's just a mini tidbit that I learned along the way. So anyways, on the topic of octopus girl, so I feel like sometimes nowadays I am trying to do multiple things at the same time and trying to keep track of the next thing I need to do, and like I just need to grow more hands. I think that's the solution. So that is the vibe where it's coming from. I feel like I have so many things trying to get my attention, and like feel like there is octopus that's kind of growing out of my brain trying to do all these things at once, and I'm trying to embrace this new side of motherhood, of being part of family, and this is where it came out of. And it was very different than I originally envisioned. I thought it would have a really dark background because like I see this as like being a very like daunting task of doing multiple things, but like at the end of the day when you look at the final piece, it's actually very bright and very light. And I don't know if it comes out of the more I paint, the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is like an opportunity. I feel like it's a gift that not many people get the opportunity to try all these things and these opportunities. Sorry, I'm being a little bit redundant there, but like I think I should see it as a gift that like I get a chance to do it rather than I have to do this. And that mindset really helped me when I'm painting this, and that's why the resulting piece is much lighter with like this orangey yellow warm glow as opposed to like cooler colors that I originally intended. So for the octopus, I slowed down the process so you can see how I kind of hand drew the little suction cups on its tentacles and the little details related to it. You can see that overall the colors are quite bland and very light and very watered down. That's because my intention is to go back with oil pencils and adding finer details later on. Okay, so here you can see I'm trying my best. I know I'm not very good at portraits and like girls like this, so I'm trying not to screw it up, and like I'm much better with nature and like landscapes and animals, so I'm trying to challenge myself and step outside the box. Like a lot of times when I paint, let's say skin color, I actually have a difficult time because it's not just beige or like apricot. There's actually many different shades to skin with like the capillaries as well as the veins underneath. Like there are just so many shades to one person's body that like I don't feel like I do it justice, and I get very confused in the process. So at this point in the drawing, you can see that I'm pretty much done with the painting, and I'm just doing some light shading with my oil pencils. And this is very therapeutic because I knew that I had to take my time and I can't push really hard on the oil pencil if I want to get those softer colors. And here is the final piece of the octopus girl. I guess it does give a little bit of a Medusa vibe, but like, I feel like it's a little bit lighter. But this is the final piece. I love how the colors came out. You can see how the octopus color really blends in with the girl's attire as well. And her hands just like resting on one side of her shoulder. She looks quite relaxed and like not in turmoil, and I think that's what I want to convey. Here you can see the shine on the octopus that I added on the shine with like white oil pencils, and it came out quite nicely. It's like very 3D rather than like a flat 2D drawing. And yeah, so that's it for my piece for the octopus girl. Thank you so much for joining me on this art process video, and I'll see you next time in my next art piece. Take care and stay creative, everyone. Bye for now.